Welcome to our full moon tapping session for January 2024. This full moon is activating something in each of us today, and that activation comes through some quiet stillness, through giving yourself permission to slow down so that you can speed up. And whatever it's activating in you is going to be different for each and every one of us. So I really want you to set an intention today for this full moon in terms of what is this full moon activating in me? Like asking yourself that question this morning or whenever you're watching this. What is this full moon activating in me? For me, it's really activating a new season and a new cycle. I went through a lot of healing in 2023, and I feel like I've really moved out of the healing into the expansion. So my affirmation is that this full moon is activating a new level of visibility, a new level of expansion, a new level of growth. That's the affirmation I'm using, but I invite you to create your own affirmation today. This full moon is activating blank. Fill in the blank. What is it activating in me? The full moon is naturally a time of illumination. So you think about it, the sky is bright when the full moon is out. So it's a great time to look at things that you've maybe set aside or pushed aside, giving yourself permission to bring anything that's been in the shadow and the dark into the light so that it can be cleansed and cleared. And that can be things like avoidance, like things we've been avoiding. This can be fears that we've been feeling, but they've been kept under the surface. And pairing tapping with a full moon is like a superpower, I swear, because tapping is a very efficient, quick way of moving emotions out of the body and tapping into the energy that you want to connect with. So we're going to dive in today. I'm so excited you're here. Say hi when you get here. Hi, Jen. Jen says, I'm a Leo, and this full moon is activating showing up for myself and believing in myself. I love that. What a great affirmation. So yeah, that is the prompt for today. This full moon is activating blank. What is it activating for you today? All right, as long as you're not driving and you're in a safe place to do so, I invite you to close your eyes, dive in with me. We're going to go through this beautiful tapping process together when you're ready. So closing your eyes, rolling your shoulders up and back a few times, really giving yourself permission to get grounded. Connecting to your breath. Breathing in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Again, breathing in through the nose. Out through the mouth. And one more time, in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Setting aside anything you were doing before this. And anything you'll go to after this. And just for right here, right now. This is a space that is just for you. This is a space just for you to check in with yourself today. How are you doing? Giving yourself a moment, just ask yourself that question, like how am I doing today? How are you? How's your body? How's your heart? How's your mind? Just letting your body, your heart and mind know that you are giving it the attention that it deserves and needs right here and right now. You care about yourself. You're taking a moment to check in. And if you were to finish the sentence, today I am feeling, fill in the blank, what would you say? Awesome, good job. And then when you're ready, we're going to introduce this affirmation around what you are activating on this full moon. So on this full moon, I am activating, fill in the blank. So on this full moon, I'm activating a new season of growth. On this full moon, I'm activating a new season of visibility. On this full moon, I'm giving myself permission to rest. You can create whatever affirmation feels right for you. But on this full moon, I am. So however you want to finish that. All right. So feel free to share in the comments whatever your affirmation is. As Jen mentioned, this full moon is activating her really showing up for herself, believing in herself. Yes, this full moon is activating expansion. I love that. So whatever your intention is, you can feel free to set it by sharing it in the comments or just writing it down for yourself. All right, when you're ready, let's dive in. We're going to tap on the side of the hand. Tapping is like a game of Simon Says. You're going to say what I say and do what I do. And say, even though it's been a busy few weeks, I give myself permission to take some time today. I give myself permission to take some time and check in with myself. And to set a clear intention. Awesome. I'm seeing your comments come in. And say, even though there's all sorts of things I could be doing, right here and right now, I give myself permission to slow down and tune in. I am setting a powerful intention today. I'm using this full moon as an activation. Good job. And say, even though the previous season I was in had some challenges, had some discomfort, and had some lessons for me to learn. This full moon is cleansing and clearing all of that now. And a new cycle is being activated today. Good job. Let's go to the top of the head and say, anything I'm holding on to, eyebrow point, from the past, side of the eye, anything from this previous cycle, underneath the eye that's still hanging around, underneath the nose. I give myself permission today, underneath the mouth, to fully let it go. Collarbone point, I release any old habits. Underneath the arms, I release any old stories. Underneath the chest, I release any people or circumstances. Wrist point, that no longer need to walk with me. Top of the head, this full moon is activating something in me. Eyebrow point, it is cleansing and clearing the past. Side of the eye, it is preparing me now. Underneath the eye, to step boldly into my future. All right, good job. So you can stop tapping. Take a nice deep breath. Close your eyes if you want. And just give yourself a moment to think about anything, anyone, any lessons or habits that you are clearing today. So anything from the past cycle that you were in that needs to get cleared today, you can just name it now. So you can even do your own round and just say, you know what, I'm clearing these people, or I'm clearing this fear, or I'm clearing this specific old story. If you have like a really specific story that you've been telling yourself, you can give yourself permission to just do a few rounds and say that out loud to let it go. The secret to success in tapping is in your specific wording. So what you're experiencing today is very general, global tapping. But if you can get into that really specific wording, you're going to feel like even more of a release in the body. So at this point, you should be feeling a little bit calmer in your nervous system. Identifying, okay, like what is it that I am letting go of? So for me, it was like a lot of fear in my body because I did have a diagnosis that was really alarming, and I could feel like, oh, there was a little bit of like fear, like, am I okay? Is my heart okay? Has my lungs healed? All of that. And I fully released that fear from my body. Now, I just had a great checkup with my doctor. They're like, your heart is perfect. Your lungs are great. You don't need to be on medication anymore. Like, okay, I give myself permission to release any thoughts, any fears, any of the old little things I was holding on to. I release all of that on this full moon today, because full moons are a time of releasing, and we're using it as a release and an activation. So that's my example for it. Whatever yours is, you can share it or just write it down to yourself, but get specific on what are the things that I am letting go from this past cycle, okay? All right, so once you're ready, we're going to do our next round, and we're going to start to move into the activation affirmation stage of things. So going to the side of the hand, take a nice deep breath again, and say, even though I had some things I was holding on to, I feel myself releasing it all now. A new cycle is about to begin. And even though this new cycle will have its own lessons, I choose to believe I am well equipped. I am capable of walking the path ahead. And even though I don't know what it all looks like yet, that's okay. I love and accept myself anyway. And I choose to be excited about what is to come. Even though a new cycle is about to begin, I give myself the time and space I need to fully release and let go. And when I'm ready, I will walk into this next chapter with confidence, excitement, and possibility. Good job. Let's go to the top of the head and say, I give myself this time and space I need. Eyebrow point, to fully release and let go today. Side of the eye, I give myself the time and space I need. Underneath the eye, to honor how far I've come. Underneath the nose, I give myself the time and space I need. Underneath the mouth, to celebrate my growth and evolution. Collarbone point, it is safe for me to let go of the old. Underneath the arms, it is time for me to step into the new. Underneath the chest, I celebrate how far I've come. Wrist point, and I am ready for what's next. Good job. Okay, so taking a nice deep breath. You should start to really feel the nervous system regulating even more. We usually do a rating system on a scale of 0 to 10. How are you feeling? But I didn't do that today. But if you did do that, if you've tapped into me before, you should start to feel your numbers coming down. So remembering that this full moon is activating something in you. And full moons are a time of releasing. So give yourself the time and space you need to say goodbye, to let go, to identify what gets to go and what gets to stay. Right? So you don't have to rush through this like, okay, I got to up and let this go. It's like, oh, I have time I give myself the time to let it, whatever it is I need go. And when I'm ready, I'm going to step forward. You're going to feel that pulse, that inspiration, that inner kind of ding of like, this is what I'm ready to go to next. So for this last round, we're going to do some affirmations. I saw these affirmations that are coming through on this full moon. I'm activating positive growth. I'm activating belief in myself. I'm activating abundance of more clients. These are so good. Yes. So keep them coming. Anything else that you want to share? I'm activating expansion. I'm activating showing up for myself. Yes. So anything you want to share for this last round for affirmations, for me, I feel like it's already has activated, but this next season I am activating a level of peace and prosperity and power. Unlike anything I felt before. I feel like it's already here, but it's like, okay, yeah, I'm telling the universe, I'm talking to God, I'm saying like this is my clear intention for this next season now. I'm releasing resentment, Alita says, and lack of trust. I'm stepping into joy and contentment. Yeah. So anything else I need to do today to really release this resentment? This might be something physical, right? Like going for a walk or like writing a letter and burning it. Anything else that you need, you can take all the time you need today to do it. Releasing past relationships and fears that stand in my way. Yes, this is a big one. I give myself permission to release the past relationships and fears that have been standing in my way. I fully release them today. I fully release them now. I thank the full moon for cleansing and clearing them from my body, my mind, my soul, my life. And I am ready for the new season now. I'm activating expansion, confidence, and trust in the process. Awesome. So let's tap into these affirmations for this last round. We're actually going to go right to the top of the head and say, on this full moon, eyebrow point, I am being activated. Side of the eye, something big is happening in me right now. Underneath the eye, I am activating expansion. Underneath the nose, I'm activating confidence. Underneath the mouth, I am activating abundance. Collarbone point in ways that I've never felt before. Underneath the arms, I am ready for this. Underneath the chest, this is my time. Wrist point, everything I've been through. Top of the head has prepared me for this. Eyebrow point, I allow the universe. Side of the eye, I allow God or spirit, whatever it is you believe in, underneath the eye to work with me in this next season. Underneath the nose, I allow myself to lead myself. Underneath the mouth, at a greater level. Collarbone point, I choose to hold myself to a higher standard. Underneath the arms, I choose to have fun in this next chapter. Underneath the chest, there is greatness being developed in me. Wrist point, I can feel it happening now. Top of the head, I allow the power of this full moon. eyebrow point to bring me to the right people. Side of the eye, the right places. Underneath the eye, and the right opportunities. Underneath the nose at the right time. All right, good job. So you take a deep breath. Those are just some affirmations you can use. If you have others that you love, keep tapping and say them out loud. But for me, this full moon is really activating the peace, the power, the prosperity. I feel like it's already been activated, but I'm just claiming it with the full moon and saying, I know, believe, and trust that there is something much bigger than myself always guiding me to the right people, the right places, the right opportunities at the right time. And I live in gratitude of that. I trust the cycles of life. I know that there are things that each and every one of us will be challenged by, but we aren't being challenged by them for nothing. We are able to overcome the things that you're facing. You wouldn't be given the challenges if you couldn't overcome them. And moments like this, full moons like this, are really that time to say, hey, this is what I need help with. This is what I'm letting go of. And this is what I'm focused on next. Intention is a powerful force. So everything that you've shared today, everything that you said today isn't for nothing. So go back through. If you love this, I would love if you loved it to share it. Please share it, tag friends in this, share it to your Instagram pages, send it to someone that you love. I love doing this for free. All I ask in return is that you share it. So I'm so glad you're loving it. I know so many of you are in the 21 days of tapping right now. So if you love sessions like this, I'm actually doing one a day right now. We're on day 16, but you can still join. It's $21 for 21 days. Message me for the link. It is life-changing. Doing this every day is insane. Like the results that people get, mind-blowing. So thank you. Happy full moon. I'm so glad that you were able to tap with me today. This was a really good one. And we will see you back here on the new moon. Bye for now.